All right, guys, I wanted to show you something. Let's show you some cool stuff I got from Goodwill's earlier. I got the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. I also got Napoleon Dynamite. Wasn't that great? And like, I've just gotten this habit the other day of like collecting all kinds of DVDs. Like it's so nice. Like you just buy them. Like these were like $3 each, except for this one, which was like $3.49. You buy them, and then you own them forever. Isn't that great? Like I got Doctor Who, the ninth and 10th Doctors, all the episodes. Got a big thing of Three Stooges. Got the entire original series of Star Trek. Got the original He-Man series in its entirety. Isn't it great? You know I love He-Man. Yeah, Man in Black, Spider-Man, Monty Python, Holy Grail Chicken Run. It's just the best movie ever. Got this like Batman 4 collection. Got a thing of old Cartoon Network cartoons. Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Lab, Courage, and Ed, and Eddie. They're all classics. And we got a thing of Tom and Jerry here. I just think it's great. Lately I've been thinking about it. Like, with how things in the world are going right now. And I wouldn't say like I'm a huge doomsday prepper and all that, but like, I don't think that things are gonna get much better anytime soon, And to me, it's kind of concerning that, like, well, when you have that mindset that I do, that things aren't gonna get much better in the future, but at the same time, like, we're putting, like, a lot of things are just becoming, like, internet exclusive, you could say. And that may seem fine at first, but like that's kind of concerning to me because the internet is a pretty sensitive medium of information. Like basically you cut one wire and like it's lights out for everything. Like this happened, I don't remember what country it was. I think it was like Albania or something. But like some grandma uh cut a wire and it completely shut down the country's internet for like I want to say like 2 hour. I don't remember how long it was, but it literally shut down the entire internet to the entire country. Um, and like that's kind of why I think like this stuff is important because like now like once you buy it, it's yours forever, and like it's nice that we have a place where we can put everything, but like when it's as fragile as the internet, that is concerning to me. And like Napoleon Dynamite is I mean, it's a good movie. So it's pretty famous, but it's not like S tier like Lord of the Rings, right? Like I'm pretty sure most people would rather have Lord of the Rings trilogy than Napoleon Dynamite. And I guess going along with what I was saying, um, like it's concerning that we put essentially all of our eggs in one basket, like with the shenanigans going on in Russia, Ukraine, like they could like from how as I hear it, the propaganda that the Russians are putting out, like it's really making the general Russian population quite angry towards the Americans, of which I am a part of. And like I'm not saying that they could. They may try to like shut down our entire internet. I don't want to say like they're just inherently malicious, but like um but that's besides the point. The point is that like the internet somebody, China, Russia, or really any other country, could just try and shut down the entire internet one day. Maybe not necessarily the whole internet, but like all the big things. Like some Russians, I don't know, they could destroy the entirety of YouTube if they really tried. And then like imagine like all the things that could be lost. Because YouTube's been around for 15 years. That's 15 years of history multiplied by several, like a million, maybe even billion people who have interacted with the site. That's 15 years of history just gone. And then like going on, um, like there's another thing that's kind of concerning, like the pandemic, chip shortage. Like it was a real pain to get my Xbox Series X here, my Xbox fridge. It was a it was a real pain to get, and although I guess that was a long time ago, and now things seem to get a little better. Like I've seen a lot of Series S's around. Um, like a lot of Series S's, as I was saying. Like even in Puerto Rico, like I went to go visit some family in Puerto Rico the other day. And they had like 5 Series S's behind the counter. It was crazy. I did like a triple take. So yeah, I guess maybe things are getting better. But like the fact that there even was a chip shortage for such an important thing, and not like consoles, strictly speaking, but like electronics in general, that there was such a big, like there wasn't enough to satisfy the demand. That's kind of concerning. Um, and like uh, there could be a solar flare one day that could destroy like all electronics on the entire planet. That would be disastrous. Um, or like just in any other kind of natural disaster, like like I hear there's like huge like islands of servers in California that just sit like out on the ocean. And California, that's a pretty like earthquake active place. Um and the fact that they just have like huge servers full of important data just sitting around on the ocean in such a I guess a tumultuous region. Like there could be a huge earthquake. There's another tsunami could completely destroy uh, these server island things. And let's see. Yeah, so there's natural disasters, and like even if there is no natural disasters, there's also like the problem, like of like big tech kind of manipulating media to their liking. Like on Netflix, they had the Bill Nye show. Like the stuff they had us watch all the time in science class in school. Like there have been cases of them tampering with old media in order to fit more, I guess you could say, modern sensibilities. Um, Hold on. Yeah, and that's kind of the case. Like there was an episode of in the original Bill Nye the Science Guy show. They completely, I guess not completely, but like they manipulated the episode about genetics in order to like because how do you say that? Like the episode about genetics, uh they completely cut out one scene about like how gender is determined. Um, they got rid of that scene for like political correct reasons. I think they've done this in other places too for similar reasons. Um, like yeah, and like like that may seem uh, pretty tame, but like how far could that go? You know, um, like how far could they go and just completely um, like just erase everything? Um, I guess that's ultimate. I'm sure you get the point of what I'm trying to say now. Like we like to think that what we have will last forever, but that's not really true. In fact, like the more advanced their technology gets, the more fragile it is. And like when you have fragile, well, I mean things that are inherently fragile, they break easily. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. And ultimately, what I'm getting at is that, like, I encourage you to, I guess, embrace more primitive means of like data storage, I guess you could say. And I don't mean that like super technologically wise, but like DVDs are a good example, right? Like they last forever. All you really need is a DVD player, and those are very common. Um, and as long as you keep the discs clean, they last forever, right? I guess you have to keep the machine pretty clean too, but that's not too difficult. So yeah, you keep the discs clean and they last forever. And this kind of goes for other things too, like like a lot of written stuff is completely digital only, and like as I said before, all of that. Like, what if Wikipedia just shut down one day? Like the havoc that it would cause. Um, get in there. Just stick it in there. Like the havoc it would cause if Wikipedia shut down, and like even in some places like China and Japan, like the younger people are having trouble like writing, like because well Chinese characters, they're not like an alphabet that you can just learn. I guess in a way Chinese characters, they do have component parts or radicals, the more technical term, but still they can be hard to remember. And like the written word, like paper, will outlast electronics by far. Like this book right here that I bought, this thing has been around since at least 1978. It says in the front of the cover. So yeah, this thing is quite old. I'm sure it's not quite what it used to be, and it's quite, you have to be kind of gentle with it. But like technology from 1978, now that's a completely different story, because like there's not a lot of stuff that like technology from the 70s that still functions today. And like even just kind of working stuff from like 25 years ago, that's really difficult today, because either the technology to make it work is no longer available because it's too old to function, or like it simply doesn't translate well to technology, to modern technology. Like I don't know what's a good example. Like the reason that like Internet Explorer still exists today, even though that nobody uses it. I guess maybe not everybody, nobody uses it, but like the reason it exists still is because there's a lot of old websites that were designed to work only with Internet Explorer. And so if you lose Internet Explorer, all of that stuff is just gone. It's just gone instantly. And yeah, so I guess if you do, like if you kind of want to be careful, you want to keep track of history, or I guess make sure you're not living in, like you don't lose important things, I encourage you to convert it to a more, not necessarily primitive. I don't like to say primitive because that implies like caveman stuff. I don't mean that, but like if you're gonna buy a movie or you're gonna read a book, buy the physical thing. Don't buy, don't just buy it on the internet. Like you can buy movies like on the Microsoft store. Like I can buy movies on my Xbox from the Microsoft store. But in a way that's kind of like NFTs, if you know what I'm saying. Like really all you have is a little I guess little tag saying that you own the movie, and so then you can watch it. And that's not quite the same thing as actually owning a like the physical thing. Let's see. And I guess that's really all I have to say to you. So yeah, convert things to. Don't be afraid to use older machines, or I guess older means of technology, because you never know. Maybe one day the technology completely stagnates and falls backwards, and next thing you know, we're living in the new '90s. Wouldn't that be kind of funny? And I guess I'll see you guys later. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments.